Okay, hello. In this video, we're going to start seeing the monophthongs or pure vowels in detail. The first pair of vowels that we're going to analyze and practice are these two, the E and the I. The first one, as you see, has two dots. This means that this is a long vowel. The pronunciation is longer, E. The other one, I, is a short vowel, so the pronunciation is shorter. But it's not only the pronunciation that changes, it's also the quality of the sound. E, I, E, I. You repeat after me. E, I. Good. To pronounce these two vowels, see that the part of the tongue that is raised towards the hard palate is the front of the tongue. If we have a look at the diagram, here we see the E and the I placed in the diagram. See the labels at the top of the diagram. Yes, the front position, the central position, and the back position. These are the parts of the tongue. So if the symbol of the long E and the short I are in the front area in the diagram, this means that the front of the tongue is raised to pronounce them. The difference between the two is that in the case of the long E, it is the true front of the tongue that is raised, and it is raised up to the closed position. The closed position is the height of the tongue, is how high the tongue raises inside the mouth. For the long E, the front of the tongue raises very close to the hard palate. That's why this is called the closed position. In the case of the other one, the short I, see that it is a part nearer to the center, not really in the very front like the long E. But anyway, it's still in the front area, so it's still the front of the tongue that is raised. As regards the height, see that it is a little bit lower than the long E. That's why it sounds different. The short E, yes, for the short E, the tongue is raised between the close and the half closed positions. So the E, the long E, is very similar to the Spanish E, but a little bit longer. But the short I is not like the Spanish E, we don't have it. So you have to pay attention to this new sound, the short I. If it helps, you may think of this short I as an intermediate sound, an intermediate E between the E and the E that we have in Spanish. You see the E here in the diagram? See that the short T is in the middle. It is an intermediate sound that they make. So listen to how it is. E, E, E. E, E, E. Can you repeat the three sounds? Let's see. E, E, E. Very good. So according to what we have said, now I want you to grab your workbook and complete the information. You're going to complete the part of the tongue that is raised, the height of the tongue, and the lip position. As these two are front vowels, the lip position is unrounded, and within unrounded it is spread. So pause the video if you need to copy this information in your workbook to complete this. Good. Now let's speak about the phonotactics. What is that? The phonotactics is where in the word or where in the syllable can a sound occur, or accompanied by what kind of sounds. There are sounds that have restrictions, and there are other sounds that can occur in any position in the word or in the syllable. In the case of the long vowels, the ones that have the two dots, they have a general restriction that they cannot occur before a sound called the velar nasal. The velar nasal is a consonant and it sounds like this. Don't worry about that, we're going to see this consonant when we see the consonants in the future. But for now, remember that no long vowel can occur before this particular consonant, the sound. Yes? In the case of the short T, it can occur in initial, medial, and final position in the syllable, and it has no restrictions. Let's see now the spellings. What are the spellings? Well, the spellings are the letters that can represent these sounds. For example, you will see that the long E appears whenever you have a word that in the ordinary spelling is written with two E sounds, as in green, sleep, feed. Whereas the short E appears normally when there is the I letter, as in peg, film, or sit. Yes? The short T also appears when you have the Y letter, as in family. Let's go back to the long E. Another letter that represents the long E is the E letter, as in these, complete, in. But have a look at the short E. In the short E, we also have the E sound, as in English, decide, or exist. So how do we distinguish this? How do we know when the E is a long E and when the E is a short E? Well, in the case of the long E, see that the words are stressed where the long E is. For example, these, the stress is there. Complete, the stress is in pleat. In, the stress is in E. In, not Eden, yes, in. So whenever the letter E is stressed, you will have long E. Have a look at the other one. Decide, decide. The stress is in side, not in D. So this is short T. Exist, exist. The stress is in zist, not in the first T. So when it is unstressed, you will have short T. When it is stressed, you will have long E. Now, what happens with English? The word English has the stress there in the E, English, and yet it is a short T anyway. How come? Well, have a look at the sound, the symbol that follows the short T. Yes, this sound here is the velar nasal. And remember what the rule says. The long vowels cannot occur before the velar nasal. That's why even if this is stressed, I can't have the long E because I have the velar nasal afterwards. We need the short T in this case. Okay? Alright, let's go on with the long E. Other spellings that we have are EA as in read, eat, meal, seat. Also EI as in receive, or EY as in key, EI as in field or piece. See that then it says exception. The I sometimes may be long E, as in machine or police. This is very exceptional, okay? This is not normal. The normal thing is to have the I letter as shorty. Why are these exceptions here? Because these words in general come from other languages. In this case, they come from French. They are not really English in their origin, okay? That's why, yes, they break the rules. That's why they are exceptions. Let's see the exceptions in the shorty. You have IE as in ladies. This is very rare. And have a look, you have the A. Sometimes the letter A is pronounced like an A, but this is an exceptional case. This is not normal at all, okay? But you have here the case, village. Yes, it's not village, it's village. Why is it so strange? Well, again, this word is not originally English. This word again comes from French. You will have lots of French borrowings in English because the French invaded England for a lot of years. So a lot of vocabulary and a lot of their pronunciation, yes, entered into the English language. Okay, so now that we have analyzed this, please press pause and copy all these examples and also the transcription with the symbols in your workbook. Pause the video now. All right. Let's do a listening practice and also an oral practice of these two sounds. In the first case, I will want you to repeat these words. Listen and repeat. If you see that the recording is going too fast, you may pause the video to repeat the words. So listen and repeat.
E, C, I, if. Task 1. Distinguish between E and I. 1-1. Listen.
Green, grin. Bead, bid. Reason, risen. Meal, mill. Feet, fit. Cheek, chick. Deep, dip. Each, itch.
Very good. Now we're going to do another exercise with the same words. I will play a recording and the man in the recording will say only some of these words with numbers. I want you to listen and put the numbers in the correct words as you hear them. You may go back in the video and play it again, yes, 3-4 times if you need, until you're sure of what you're hearing and you number the words.
1, 2. Listen to these words. Write the words you hear. 1,
Green,
2,
bead.
3,
Risen,
4,
mill.
5,
Fit,
6,
cheek.
7,
Deep,
8,
itch.
9,
Risen,
10.
feet.
Good. Go back if you need in the video and listen again. When you're ready, you play the video again and I will give you the key. Here is the key with the words and the numbers. Check your work. If you have 3 or less than 3 mistakes, you're doing great. If not, you need to train your ear better. Let's see another exercise. In this one, you have sentences and you have two options in each sentence. For example, in number 1, you have the beans or the bins. The first word will always be long E, and the second word will always be short E. You have to underline or circle the word that you think you are hearing. If it is the first one with long E, you mark the first word in each sentence. If not, the second one.
1-3. Listen to these sentences. For each one, write the word you hear. 1,
The beans were quite cheap.
2,
I'm going to live with my brother.
3,
Did you fill it?
4,
The peach was bad.
5,
He bit the dog.
6.
The children were badly beaten.
Okay, go back again. Listen to it again as many times as you need. When you're ready, you play the video again and I give you the answers to this activity. Here are the answers to the activity. How many mistakes did you have? Okay. Now we're going to see a short dialogue. First, what I want you to do is read the dialogue in the ordinary spelling. Pause the video if you need. Now that you have read the dialogue and you know what it is about, yes, this is two doctors discussing a patient, we are going to listen to this dialogue. And when we listen to it, I want you to try and follow the dialogue in the phonetic symbols that you have below. Try to read from the phonetic symbols. I know that the symbols are very strange for you, but try to follow what you're listening with the symbols.
Task 4. Say E and I. 4-1. Listen to this conversation between two doctors.
Have you been busy this evening?
Pretty busy. My first patient was Jim Beaton. He had twisted his knee. He slipped on a banana skin in the street. I think he just needs to rest his knee.
Very good. So let's have a look at these symbols here. In the first one you have H. The H, yes, is H. Bien suavecito, como una J suave. H. And that E upside down that you see, that's the short neutral, is have. Then you have the word you. ¿Ven esa J que tienen ahí? Ese es el sonido y. You. Cuando, como en algunos dialectos en castellano dicen lluvia, that's the same sound, you. Then you have the word bin. Be careful. Bin, no bean, bin. Shorty, bin. So pay attention to this sound here. The next word is busy. Z. This Z that you have here is pronounced Z. Busy. No BC. Z. Busy. Shorty. And another shorty. Z. Busy. Can you say it? Repeat after me. Busy. Good. The next word is the word this. This. This is a kind of the, yes? This. Don't worry about it. We're going to work on it later. What you have to worry about in this dialogue is to make the correct short T and long E. This. Not these. This. You hear the difference? These? No, that's incorrect. This. Short T. This. In the next one, you have evening. Evening. The first one is long E and the second one is short T. And see that here in the middle of the V and the N, there is nothing. So it's not evening. There is no ani here in the middle, okay? It's evening. 2 syllables. Evening. 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 Let's see if you can repeat that word. Evening. Okay. Let's see if you can repeat the whole sentence now. Be careful with the short T's and the long E's, okay? Try to pronounce them correctly. You repeat after me. I'm going to repeat, yes, parts of the sentence. You repeat after me what I say. Evening. This evening. Busy this evening. Been busy this evening. Have you been busy this evening? Good. Let's go to the second line. Pretty busy. Everything is with short T here. Be careful. Pretty, not pretty. Yes? Pretty, pretty, pretty. Busy. Yes? Let's see if you can repeat that. Pretty busy. Good. Let's go on. My first, first. See that there is no R sound. It's not first, no R, okay? First. Be careful with this sound, the T at the end, because students tend to swallow it, not to pronounce it. First patient. Esta S larga que ven acá es el sonido sh, como si fuera una SH, sh, como el sonido que uno hace para que una persona se calle. Shh. That's the sound. Patient. Fíjense que no es patient. There is no E here. Patient. Patient. These symbols tell you exactly what you have to pronounce. So if there is no E, you don't pronounce an E. You say patient, not patient. Do you understand? Yes? First patient. Let's see if you can repeat that. First patient. Now together. First patient. Very good. Then you have was, the Z of busy. And then you have the word gym. Gym. Yes? This consonant here is the J. Gym. J. And you have short T. Gym. Not gym. Gym. And then you have the word beaten. Long E. But here it's not beaten. Yes, it's beaten. No O here in the middle. Beaten. Okay, let's work on this one. You repeat after me. Beaten. Jim beaten. Was Jim beaten? Patient. Was Jim beaten? My first patient was Jim beaten. That's good. Let's go to the following one. He had twisted. This W here is W. Twisted. And here again you have short T, short T. Twisted, not twisted. Yes? Twisted. See? Twisted. Twisted. His, again short T, and this is a busy. Knee, long E. Okay, let's practice this one. Knee. His knee. Twisted his knee. He had twisted his knee. Okay, this is difficult. Again, he had twisted his knee. Good. Let's see the following line. He slipped. Again, short T. Slipped. Not sleeped, okay? Because sleeped es se durmió y slipped es se resbaló. Es distinto. So be careful. Do not confuse the sounds here. Slipped. Short T. And a banana. That's long ah. Banana. Skin. Short T. Skin. In the street. Long E. Now what I want you to pay attention here, besides the short T and the long E, is the word slipped begins with an S. Slipped. So it's not slipped. No E, okay? Slipped. Skin begins with an S. So it's not skin. It's skin. It begins with an S. The same will happen with street. It begins with S. So it's street, not street. No E, okay? Very good. Let's practice this. Street. In the street. Skin in the street. Banana skin in the street. He slept in a banana skin in the street. And again. He slept in a banana skin in the street. Okay. Let's see the last line. I think. Okay. Have a look at this symbol here. Esto es como la Z del español. Th. I think. I think. And see that you have short T here. Think. No think. No think, sino think. Short T. Think. I think he just, here you have the J as in Jim, just needs, long E, to rest, just the A, his knee, his, short T, knee, long E, and the Z here are busy. Okay? All right. Let's repeat this one. Knee, his knee, rest his knee, needs to rest his knee. He just needs to rest his knee. I think he just needs to rest his knee. Okay. Be careful with the T here in rest because students tend to omit it, but you have to pronounce it. Rest his knee. T. Rest his knee. Okay? Very good. Now let's try it with a recording. I will play a recording that has pauses in it. In each pause, you repeat the line. Listen.
Task 4. Say E and I. 4.1. Listen to this conversation between two doctors.
Have you been busy this evening?
Pretty busy. My first patient was Jim Beaton. He had twisted his knee. He slipped on a banana skin in the street. I think he just needs to rest his knee.
Good. Okay. You have the audio of this dialogue, yes, in the audio part of the workbook. So look for it and practice again, or practice with this video, repeating, yes, until you get the sounds right. So that's all for this video. See you in another video.